We're here, we're live, and we're a wee teeny tiny bit late. I don't think there's anyone to be blamed on this occasion. It'll just be one of those ones where we're here and that's just the end of it, I suppose. But we're here for the game week, the deadline show. And guys, I've got to say, we've got to start off by giving our man here a huge round of applause. Harry trades with a triple podium. 3 in a row, Harry boy. How's it feeling?
Feels good, but I am going to have to correct you, mate. It's actually 4 in a row.
4?
It would have been 4. It would have been 3 first place, but I've been pipped to second. But it's actually 4 podiums in a row, if that makes sense. So I finished third in Challenger, like, I don't know, last 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, roll it again. Yeah, I got pipped last night. I think Santiago Jimenez with the decisive, as captain, pipped me to first place. But, mate, no, fucking congratulations goes to you, mate. You
try keep up, Harry boy. Just try to keep up.
with the Pau Lopez fade, the fade of all fades, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think you were. What was that conversation like with Opta after, that he was 1 point ahead, and then an hour later I check, and you've pipped him. So how did that conversation go? Please let us in on some info.
It went quite smoothly. I spoke to Opta Jock, as he's called, and I just let him know here, mate. This can't happen. We can't have the Mexicans beating us. And I don't know exactly what he done, but Carter Vickers got a heavy nerf. I think he maybe lost a triple down to a double or something maybe. Ooh. But he got because I was 1 point behind and then 20 points ahead. It was just a mad.
It was a massive flip, wasn't it? Huge flip. Mm-hmm. But congrats, mate. No, I'm buzzing for you. You've been due one of them, haven't you? A nice little, Celtic onslaught maybe of Contender in season. And there's been a few ups and downs as far as that 1 week. Remember when everyone basically got relegated because the game was off?
Yeah.
Everything, you've kind of had to work. Everyone's in the same boat. I'm not just saying this to you, but it's been been a bit turbulent to say the least, that contender region, despite having probably cards in the best team. It's just tough to get it all to work because there's so many others doing the same thing, right? So it's not easy to
that's the hard bit. That's me now. I've fixed all those problems because everything's now back in. I've got 6 teams in D1 again, finally, after all this.
Nice.
A big wad of cash, but I've also got some fun cards and stuff like that. We tier 2, maybe some essence and stuff. So we had more than one team clutching in the end, which is good. So pretty buzzing for tonight. Should be a good one. And gutted to hear your second, mate, but it's Sam's run 4 in a row on podiums. Could have been a hat trick of first places.
That could have been nice. It would have been back to back under 23 Mr. Midweeks, first place, obviously D2, but you heard about the whole I didn't get promoted last week, and then didn't do anything on the weekend, and then obviously midweek back in D2. But thankfully, they are allowing promotions for this midweek. So I am back in D1. I have one team in D1, thankfully.
So I think it's a big weekend for all of us. We had the Royal Rumble in MLS last week. There's obviously now 25% more people in Division 1 than there was last week because there was an day, and all the European stuff. Everything's going on. There was a bit of midweek football for some teams, a wee bit of Copa del Rey and a wee bits and pieces. But I think the Premier League had its match day midweek. There's no weekend for them. And but by and large, no European action. A lot of teams are coming into this in good fettle and doing lineup builders. It feels like everyone's got crazy choices everywhere. And we're better to start the deadline show than with the matchups tab. And
I know. You shouldn't have said it. I should have warned you, to be fair.
At the tippy top, Barry Ferguson's Rangers at home at Motherwell, followed by it's global football now, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Russia back. Yeah, I mean, I would count that as a weird-looking 12 again, probably. There's obviously a few champs in there that we can't really ignore. Same for Contender, but yeah, Universitario. I mean, Spartak have a few players, obviously, Barco and stuff. Monterrey played midweek, I think. Not that really means a ton. And then, the rest of them are kind of pretty settled. A couple of, you guys are away. And then Fen have got 10 games in 3 days, it feels like. They're playing all the time. They're in every competition, it feels like, with Mourinho's 4-match ban. Monaco, I think that might be tonight. I could be wrong. USG at home. There's a couple of, I was doing my challenge at Road to Glory yesterday, and I don't know, I just wasn't, for Challenger specifically, I wasn't sort of scared of, how the top looked, even though there's a couple in there with Sporting and Fenner and stuff. But overall, I wasn't oh my God, this one team could just absolutely annihilate everything else. It's going to be, random 5s, random 2s and 3s and, the usual that we see. Could be a bit of Barca rotation, just going on to champ there. And then, after that, I don't know, man. I'm honestly, I think it's one of the weaker sort of 12s that we've seen. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'll definitely go along. That's very even, because even Barca and Sociedad played midweek. Spartak Moscow are quite spooky because they are playing like bottom of the league or something like that. And
Fair, okay.
do they come out of their break, swinging and kicking, or do they just kind of ease back into it a little bit? It's one of those ones. But yeah, like really everything is like some of the games look fine without being like, oh yeah, let me throw all those cards together. And when it's one of those weeks with so many core comps and so many other little things going on, like it's anyone's week. That was from my Rogues Glory. That was kind of the sentiment I had certainly with MLS, and looking at the wider game week, it's pretty much the same in that way.
I was just thinking then we have the Asia special, right? But that's a lot of in-season cards. So I can't imagine like much gets taken out necessarily of Contender, but bit will. I'm just seeing there lots of French teams at home, quite high on the matchup tab. Lens and Marseille, PSG. A couple together there. Bromby at home, they have in-season cards now in Challenger, so that's something to keep an eye on. Krasnodar, Villarreal could be quite sneaky there against Espanyol. We're still in the 65, so like there is a bit of a tail to what we're talking about here. Feyenoord and the Van Persie, who knows?
Yeah.
And we get to our first MLS team, which is Minnesota at home to Montreal. Now, they were the first team to play on the opening day, against LAFC. Unfortunately, didn't get the win, but I was very impressed with them. Like Yeboah hit the post. Like they could have easily won that game. LAFC were rubbish. They kind of just grinded out a little 1-0. But I was very impressed. So I'm expecting fireworks in that one actually against Montreal, because they're not up to too much, even though they scored a couple against Atlanta opening day. But as we see, we'll never see anything above 70% in the MLS, really. Maybe into Miami, maybe at home to somebody, but I'm still not convinced we will.
Yeah.
Man, it's all quite even all across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if like no stack dominates at all, like one big five.
Yeah, it will be hard. You'll need to be perfect combos, won't you, in that kind of sense? Because there will be some that maybe rip out, but you see Bayern are playing Stuttgart. The Bundesliga's got a lot of tough top-of-the-table clashes in it. Real Madrid away to Betis. There's a lot of Bayern Munich are playing. Oh, sorry, that's what I just said. That's on screen, sorry. And one or two other bits and pieces. So, yeah, it is really like all up for grabs. It's all going to be about options, rotations, who's in form, who's playing, and then just getting that right combination of individuals maybe rather than stacks and half stacks and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've got one. I've got a couple of defensive stacks looking back, but yeah, I don't have. I guess my niece. I've got a couple of niece boys in one lineup, or more than three, I guess. River at home, I guess. Yeah, we're getting down to like some of the sneaky ones that might not come up as too high on percentages as far as wins go, but they could turn out to be like big clean sheets, like 80 pointers, because the game is quite tight and he just keeps a clean sheet as he usually does, Armani. Like you said, Leverkusen, Madrid are still down here at the 55s. Fiorentina at home, Club Brugge away again. Like, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling that it's just going to be a weird week with the midweek in mind, because a lot of teams will have that to like think about, and that could bite us on our ass a little bit, I think, with rotations.
Yeah, for sure. That'll take us on to the projected lineups. Now, all the projected lineups we cover here on the show are powered by Predictorfy. If you want to get access to all this stuff to deal with it at your own leisure, we don't get through every team in world football, but we do our damn best to try and get all the main runners and riders involved. Then you can do so, of course, by signing up, and you can tailor your account to whatever projected lineups you want access to. Use code Quinny Harry at checkout. It supports the show and everything that gets done over here on a Friday for the deadline. So if you do like the channel, you do like the show that we're running here, and you are going to get a wee membership with Predictify, make sure to use that code Quinny Harry, just so they know where you came from. And looking after the deadline show is obviously a good idea. 3 years a member for Monkey, good to see that. Lots of fist bumps on arrival, guys. There's a ton of yous flooding in for the deadline, because it is battle stations for everyone coming into this, as we've just seen with the matchups tab. But it's 61 likes already, which is beautiful. The first magic number we want to get to on the deadline show is that magic 100, that triple digit. So if you haven't done so already, take the phone out of your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever you need to do to hit that like button. It's absolutely free, costs you nothing. And in case you're not aware, Sorare own and control the internet. They know you're sitting here watching the show, getting the last minute intel to make sure your teams are as buff and as DNP proof as possible. And they love the content here. So if they see you sitting in the live chat, getting tapped in to the deadline show, and you don't hit the like button, you are going to DNP. You're going to pick the wrong captain. If If you do get boxes, there's going to be nothing in them. They will be empty. It will glitch out on you, and there's nothing we can do about it. Sorry. So help yourself, help the channel, help the show. Hit the like button, of course. And all the links to Harry's channel, of course, as ever, are always in the description of the show as well if you haven't been over there. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, champion. Last week, Harry, we went through the champion 5 and then we hit MLS. It feels like that's a good little way of going about it because it's not even the champion 5 this week. We know the Premier League. Sound good to you, buddy?
Yeah, perfect, man. Let's do it.
Awesome. Right. I said the Bundesliga was quite tough, so I guess we'll run through that because a lot of even matches. And this is a league that each team has a guy, where like if you're playing Bundesliga or champ, like if you're a bit dodgy on the fixture, you maybe just take the guy and back him to at least do his bit and, take all the goalkeeper stuff and all the rest of it out of it. First game we've got is Stuttgart Bayern Munich, which is top of the table clash. Stuttgart eliminated from the Champions League in kind of unceremonious fashion, let's say, didn't fulfill the expectations they set themselves last year. But they're never to be written off. They've got good players. They're quite handy, and they are at home. And Bayern Munich, their team is a bit of a jigsaw puzzle these days, especially in defence. I don't think anyone knows who's going to be starting, but this is how it's projected to go anyway. And the front line, Kingsley Coman, Harry, he's coming into a bit of form for you, so he's back in the team here to start. And goals galore for this one.
Sorry, I was just going to say, this is Friday night as well, by the way, so a little Friday night curse potentially, either way. But I was just going to say, Coleman reminds me of Lee Kang-in now on the matchups, as in like every time he's on, I guarantee he just doesn't start. Like he was supposed to start last week, hence why I played him. He didn't. I don't know. It's got a funny feeling that he'll end up being like that because I think Sane played pretty well last week, so I'd be surprised if he drops out necessarily. But yeah, one of them has to really. They can't play all three of them. I guess at least say him and Coleman, but. Yeah, no, Kimmich is going to be a big miss. And then obviously Upamecano's been out for a couple of games. Davis might be back to strengthen that left-sided left back, but it's probably the Bayern you want to play, isn't it? If you're Stuttgart, like if there's ever 11, like he's probably looking something like that. So at home, they could ruffle a few feathers. It could be interesting.
Gaping holes in the defence and no Kimmich. It's kind of what more can you ask for, I suppose.
Exactly.
Bochum Hoffenheim up next. This is the Bochum team, and if you're with me, I'm playing my guy Harry. I'm playing. I only have 4 in-season super rares, and just see like my last team with a goalkeeper. It was like, why don't I just put those jabronis together? Because really, it's like not any different to the other team I could have made. So I'm crossing my fingers on Tim Orman right back.
How's he been scoring, Quinny? Like, have you been keeping?
Oh mate, loves a 40. Loves a 40.
Does he?
Yeah,
they do concede a lot, don't they? It's tough, isn't it? Like,
yeah. So yeah, they're just. I say jabroni's probably the word for it, And Hoffenheim, as we know, haven't been that great. But when you look at the starting 11, it's definitely to be feared from a defender point of view.
100%. I think Kramaric is on a little bit of a heater. He's got a couple of 80 pluses in the last couple, so he's found his SO5 scoring form slightly towards the end of the season. Bischoff, Gift Orban scored a couple as well. Yeah, it's probably not a great time to play them. Not that they're like that much to be scared of, but goalie back in as well. Baumann will be a big addition, and hopefully they can. Well, for me, get the win, but for you guys, keep the clean sheet.
Sorry, McBride sent me some stuff, and I wasn't sure if it was last minute Celtic news, but it's just he's showing me how his team's finished and stuff, which is cool. Just panicked there for a second, but yeah, and I'll just kind of flick through a couple of games, Harry, and maybe we can chat about this because Kimmich had his contract offer at Bayern Munich withdrawn. Like, so Bayern are saying, listen, we are just done playing games with you, wee man. Like, that's accept the terms, come back to us, or we're done, kind of thing. And it's been kind of like, maybe it's Barca, maybe where does it go? But today it's like Arsenal have spoke to him, Arsenal are interested. How mega of a move could that be?
Yeah, that could be. Like, not that like I'm a massive fan of Rice playing like a bit further forward, but I think he needs to. Like, I think having Kimmich just at that base with like a Rice to one side and Odegaard to the other, or whoever else they might sign or whatever, like that's like a serious midfield three. Like, we're talking, has everything that you'd want in like a 6-8-10 role or 6-8-8. Yeah, that would be insane. And Arteta as well, he could be ridiculous, couldn't he? But it just feels like he just wants some. Like, it's just like he's been with his bird too long. Like, it's just got stale. Like, there's too many offers on the table for me to not explore. And yeah, it's one of them where, like, because he's never tried elsewhere. I know he was at Stuttgart as a kid and stuff, but like, I just think it's now or never. Because if he signs this one, he's done, isn't he? Really, at Bayern, like, he'll just stay there forever.
Yeah. I think it is massive as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Man City maybe throw it. Yeah, I think Graham's coming in here as well, saying maybe something similar. I could see, like, if he's going for free, like Arsenal historically love a big player in a free transfer. You know, it's kind of their
Yeah.
bag. And Man City love not spending money if they can and just pile it on wages and stuff like that. So, you know, if Man City become alerted to it, I wouldn't be surprised to see them thrown into it. We've went through a few Bundesliga games. We're on St. Pauli, Dortmund. I think this is an interesting one as well for Dortmund. They're kind of on an upturn now under Niko Kovac. Team's been quite consistent, and St. Pauli will give them possession. So I think this could be like a really good scoring. You know, they're maybe not going to get a clean sheet, or you know, whatever. But SO5 wise, like Dortmund are pretty set up for a match like this. It feels like.
Yeah, I think so as well. They've been scoring a few goals recently, free scoring and stuff. So, yeah, I'm a bit worried for my Sealch, to be honest, despite being at home.
Likewise. But yeah, we'll just kind of rattle through the rest of the Bundesliga and let us know your thoughts on Kimmich. Where should he go? Is Arsenal a good move? Does someone else come in for him? Let's say Barca and Flick has been the main kind of rumour. But him leaving Bayern, it's like a huge generational kind of change in some ways as well. We've got Frankfurt and Leverkusen on screen here now. And this, yeah. Bayern Leverkusen, I think for the first time in eternity, didn't play midweek. Or maybe they did.
Oh, yeah. Did they?
Did they actually? I don't know. I just tripped
I
out there.
think they did.
I don't think they did either.
No. Yeah, I mean, this is my Wirtz debut, Quinny. My first time in 4 years owning a Florian Wirtz.
Yes.
Mate, I'm so happy I don't have to hate watch anymore because, like, Wirtz should be the first name in my gallery, really, like, on style of player, on under 23 and all that business. But I've never
Always
been able
been
to
mega
afford him.
expensive, isn't he?
Yeah, like even when I first joined, I still have these images because, like, when I first joined, I got my friend to join a week later, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy Wirtz," and I was like, "All right, like let's look how much he was." And at the time, this is like before the Gary V boom, he was still 500 quid then. So it was like he almost did it, and he never, which was obviously a big regret looking back. But yeah, I was never able to really get one in. But yeah, the time has come. I'm watching. He'll just TMP this week, and
No. No. This is a great Wirtz game. This is a great Wirtz match. I've put him in a big team.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great Wirtz match.
I've already given him 2% as well. I've already taken care of him from a collection bonus standpoint. So he deserves it. He deserves it.
Definitely does. And yeah, we're just rounding off the Bundesliga here, but Augsburg, Freiburg to finish it off. So yeah, that was the Bundesliga. Leinhardt, my other in season. Hopefully he can get 60. So I'll get 100 points out the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga is a bit weird though. I can't tell you like which I wouldn't be able to say, oh, this stack's gonna like smash it. You know, like last week we had like Dortmund and I think Bayern also definitely crept in. I don't see a clear like cut favorite there at all.
Yeah, it's definitely anyone's match in there. If I was to back a stack, I'd go with Dortmund, like I mentioned. But it's not even a great game for them. It's not, you know, like they're going to smash necessarily. But just think with a wee bit more possession and stuff, it might just be all right. But it's a hunch. It's not a definite, you know.
Yeah.
Just dive into France. I think you said Monaco was tonight. It looks like it is. And they're at home to the Ream team. How's this one going to go, Harry? Do you think?
I mean, Ream can't score in a brothel, so I'd like to think the Monaco clean sheet's pretty. Like genuinely, I can't remember the last time there was a DA for Ito or Nakamura. It's been a while. Wow. Yeah, it's been bleak, but yeah, but then like Monaco have been like just weird as well at home. Like you think they're gonna smash and they like defensively and stuff, and they just don't. So like I can never be like, oh my, like for sure there's a clean sheet. We can never say that with anyone, but yeah, Bireth and Akliuchi and Minamino, like there's definitely some SO5 prowess up front that I'd be a bit more confident in taking, but like you do have to back, you know, the defense if you have them because they just on paper you kind of just have to do that. But like, yeah, they are prone to just effing it up. But like Ream, man, yeah, they're bad. They're real bad.
Yeah, well, let's hope. I'm playing Chao Henrique in a team, so let's hope that clean sheet prediction comes in. That would be pretty nice for me. We'll just again fire through these, maybe touch on the highlights here, but we've got Saint Etienne, Nice, the Nice boys, Harry Boy, Baptiste Santa Maria, Dante, Dream Team.
Since he's gone back in this, like since he's come in, like he's just changed the side as far as like stability goes. Like they've really needed somebody in there that's just like a bit of a mainstay, captain sort of capable player, not on SO5, but you know, just as a IRL. And Yeah, things are clicking. Like it is finally clicking at Nice. Like a bit more stability. They've got so many players back as well, which doesn't help for SO5. But yeah, it's looking a bit better. It's taken a while though.
Seen that one?
He wouldn't get in over Callum Chambers. He's too much for him.
Lons Le Havre on screen here now. The return of Matt Ryan. How many clubs has Matt Ryan played for since Sorare?
It's got to be like 5 or 6, easy. AZ,
Feels like a lot.
Rome, Lons.
Sociedad? Was that pre-Sorare?
Did he go Sociedad? He definitely did he? I can't remember, genuinely. I know he's had a couple, though. Did he go to Arsenal? Or am I being stupid?
He did. He's on Arsenal's bench.
I swear he went to Arsenal, didn't he? Yeah.
From Brighton. I think he went Brighton, Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did go Brighton. Sorry, he was at Brighton. Yeah, it's got to be 5 or 6.
Kang and Lee on to start, Harry boy.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. You know what that means.
I wonder what it means in the Sorare gods, the football space, when Kang and Lee and Coleman are projected to start together. Wonder if that's like some sort of like solar eclipse or something.
Evolution, yeah. Sort of like they mate and create like a generational talent of some sort.
Almada on to start with Cherky.
That's fun. I didn't notice that. Whose would have dropped out then? I'm trying to think.
Tessman, Fafana are on the depth here. Veritu.
Okay. Because like Lacazette's been injured recently. There's been a couple of injuries for Lyon.
They're playing Brestoise.
The Brestoise, they got a nice clean sheet last week. I can't remember who against, but it was not expected, I guess.
We had PSG Lille there as well. So it's, again, France, really big games everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, there really is. Auxerre versus Strasbourg, yeah. I tell you what, Gaëtan Perrin's on fire again. Picked him up early season. He went dry for a bit, but last couple has really kicked on again.
Fancy this game for Auxerre?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, but like Strasbourg, like keep it tight. Like it won't be easy. Like I think, I don't know. I got a weird feeling it could just be a little 0-0.
I won that guy.
Oh, he was at Cercle Bruges, wasn't he, for a while?
Ren, I got him from. Oh no, maybe it was a guy then. Or maybe it was a different guy. No, it was. He
definitely came from Belgium, that one, I think. But
yeah,
Santos is back as well from suspension.
Yeah, seen Santos is there. Teji, the next one to slay Ren. No Kyogo. Samba's back.
Big price. This is the best matchup on paper.
Yeah, this is a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, if Benacer can play more than 60 minutes, that would be a fucking dream, maybe. Please.
Stack, isn't it? Like, this is so, you could do double D, double mid, double forwards. Like,
it could go any way,
there's choices everywhere.
Yeah. There's 3 forwards that you could pick technically with Luis Enrique as well, but you probably wouldn't go him because he plays a bit further back. If you have the choice, you probably go Guiri and Greenwood. But yeah, Højbjerg, Benacer, even Rabiot's like doing well. Not that I'm not a massive fan, but like he does just play well for them. Score well. Beraldi and Murillo, like they're all 100 capable, which is quite scary on their day. Like they could all just pop. And
they're playing Nantes.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one. But mind you, they got, was it Angers last week? They lost like 3-0 to Angers last week, Marseille.
they had a bad one.
Yeah, I know there was a red card and stuff on there, but yeah, that was a tough day.
Oh, here we go. Is this the Sorare period? Sociedad, Arsenal, Brighton, AZ, Roma, and Lons, Copenhagen. And now Lons, isn't it? So that's not in order.
Yeah. He loves a signing on bonus, doesn't he?
Yeah, maybe Arsenal paid money for him. Maybe I think there's a lot of free transfers here, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
Where am I? Sorry. La Liga, Valladolid, Las Palmas. Quite an open game. Grealish 50-50 with Chucky, whoever that is. Carl Hein, Las Palmas away. McKenna's back from suspension from last week. Girona at home at Celta Vigo. And Arthur Melo looks to be starting, kicking out Ivan Martin and Romeo out the squad. There's been some really serious links that Real Madrid are going to exercise their buyback clause and bring in Miguel for left back, at least to have a look at him in the summer. Buzzing for that. Siganikov is cool. Yanghel's back from suspension. Danjuma and Heel are always just a bit meh. And then Celtic Vigo, the best thing about them has been their defence this year. So like this is
They smashed on there.
Yeah, this is a funny one. A lot of points to be had. Who knows how it falls in the end? Rayo again, like I've ended up watching a weird amount of Rayo Vallecano this year, and they're like that. They are. I know that he's just left them for Bournemouth, but they're just like Bournemouth this year. They're more like Bournemouth this year than last year. Like last year when Iraola was there, I didn't think they were that great. And you got all these plaudits, but they seem better now. They seem like that's not like a slight against Iraola. Obviously doing great, but Rayo have been quietly like quality to watch. Just hard nosed defensively, really direct in attack. They're at home to Sevilla. Sevilla, a few transfers, a few new faces and names in here. And they're loving it with like this guy Romero, Wanalu, and Kiki Salas. They're all homegrown guys, and they're all like coming through together. So they're maybe going to get a wee bit of identity back, a wee bit of a bounce, but tough game. Betis Real Madrid, we mentioned earlier. Cucho on to start. Don't know if it's quite a debut, but certainly on to start. Anthony's been the man in La Liga for the last month or so, the last couple of weeks, certainly. Isco's in the building. Revenge game, obviously. And Ricky Rodriguez at left back maybe gives them something else as well. Playing Real Madrid to the front three. Could they be in better form? It's not much left in it, is there?
Not really, no. Despite a couple of injuries to the midfield and Bellingham still suspended, I think. If any sort of positional needs to in that Real Madrid team needs to carry us the front three, isn't it? But I think they should. Like Betis have been pretty decent mind, haven't they? So this will be a close game. I think. I don't think there's I can't see like Real Madrid are just going to batter Betis. I just don't really see it with the Valverde out, Bellingham like.
I was going to say Tchouameni back in midfield. He could rip a big score in this game. Bailing the defense out and stuff. Yeah,
it just depends how well he can play against like an Isco, which athletically you should be able to deal with him. But Isco's got that magic, hasn't he? So
yeah, Athletic and Atletico, or Atletico and Athletic. Madrid or Atletico played Barca in the Copa del Rey on Tuesday. They went to like 95th minute or something like that for a winner from Sorloff or a equaliser. I forget how it all shook out again. This is how they're looking to line up against Athletic Club. Both the Williamses are there. I can't pronounce this guy's name, but he's ripping. He's under 23 defensive mid. No Sunset, just typical. Sunset goes on like a blinder and then just vanishes for a few weeks.
I think he's injured
all the time, man.
Yeah.
So there he goes. Could be quite open. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this, but it might be. Atletico are in a great place right now.
Mm-hmm.
Leganés at home at Getafe.
Ooh, both of your keepers against each other here.
Yeah. In season in OG. And I've got Borja. Borja finally playing. I bought this guy in the summer for this La Liga competition, and that's me now finally getting to play him the 28th of February or by March, by the time the game actually happens. So yeah, let's hope for some decisives at the top and the bottom there. Barca Sociedad, which was wildly high on the matchups tab, is this is how they're looking to line up. And there's a few headaches. I was seeing, I was reading something talking about how one of the articles was saying that Hansi Flick's definite two midfielders right now is Pedri and De Jong, and Gavi's in a really funny spot, and Casado's got his job, but it's his job or whatever, blah blah blah. And then I see this, and I'm like, okay, they're going to start with Gavi. And I've always been kind of weirded out, Harry, when Gavi's like the more further forward of him and Pedri, because Gavi's kind of the wee bulldoggy one, and Pedri's the baller.
You're right. I think it's more. Pedri's more comfortable like taking it from the defense and stuff and progressing play that way, where Gavi's just a higher presser, like he's just really aggressive, as you know. And I think like from the front perspective, if they don't have the ball, like I'd prefer to have Gavi in the faces of, CDMs and whoever he's pressing compared to Pedri, if that makes sense. That's the only thing I can think of, like really logically. It could be something else. I don't watch him every week, but yeah.
Ronald Araujo's in the team as well, despite reports he's getting bombed out. Rafinha and Yamal, of course, are going to be causing it. Lewandowski's up front. And Sociedad, who played Real Madrid on Wednesday night in the Copa del Rey, this is how they're going to be lining up. And no Brais Mendes. Oyarzabal is essentially 50-50 from all the reports I'm kind of catching up with. Kubo is suspended. Aguerd is suspended as well, I think. And yeah, he is. And so is Becker. So a few suspensions. A few guys are questionable. Zakarian, injured.
I know. So typical. That scores a goal and then It's weird, isn't it, how that happens? It's like you do what you they do the best that you can, and then somehow you just get brought back down to earth quite quickly. From a footballing sense, killer.
It's a gutter. Mallorca at home to Alaves. This is my other in-season card, Laren. So I'll be hoping for a decisive from the bench from him. I've got no forwards. There's no forward depth anyway. Now, I meant to say this last week, Harry, but see on the deadline show last week, I bought a Lania Super Rare because I was like, I can't no have him if this is going to be the way it goes. It was 20 quid. And with that, I don't know if I told you this or we spoke about it last time, but the Alaves manager now is like the former Celtic Vigo manager. And he was the Celtic Vigo manager when I got Brais Mendes Super Rare and like Dennis Suarez Unique and stuff like that. And they were like playing well together. So I was like, if this guy's got 2 more midfielders under his command that I like, then I do back this to not be a flash in the pan. It wasn't really that great last weekend, but I've got both of them now anyway. Just thought I'd let you know in case you cared, which obviously who doesn't care,
of course.
But you know what I mean? I'm just fucking babbling.
The Elena saga continues.
Yeah, a new chapter.
Complete new chapter. We skipped like 5 episodes or 5 series probably.
It's going to be a minefield, Pranksy, on Atletico. I think the projected Atletico are very forecastable, but from like the social media accounts. Osasuna's team is on screen here. They're at home to Valencia. I'm really hoping Valencia can do something in this game. This has changed a wee bit since the last time I looked at it, in terms of the shape and the probable starting players and all the rest of it. But for the most part, it doesn't really bother me. And that's it. And then we've got Villarreal Espanyol. Villarreal team on screen here. I've got Nicolas Pepe in one of my teams as well. Another striker I need to score from the bench just because that's where my depth is at. Danny P's on. Jeremy Pino and Baena on the wings is always fun to see. And it's still Diego Conde, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then we've got Serie A. I think, we're doing all right for time. I thought time got away from me for a wee minute there.
Not 2 seconds. Doing well. Doing very well.
Yeah, we're doing a wee bitty okay. But for the love of Jimmy's. For the love of Jimmy's.
What?
I've tried to get something on auction and it ended the now. I've just been badly sniped on it.
No.
Yeah.
Anyone we know we can call out?
Maybe.
Because that'll serve them.
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
Son of a bar steward. Can I do anything about it? Nah, not really. Well, 2 seconds, because I've just noticed that and things have pinged on my phone about being outbidded and stuff. I want to just see what I can do quickly.
No worries.
And fucking anyway, I'll try and juggle this because we're almost at the point where we can do MLS and we can both kind of tandem it a bit more. So I'll just rattle through Serie A quickly. We've got Fiorentina Lecce here on screen, followed by Atalanta Venezia. Atalanta's team looks really good. At home at Venezia, that could be sneaky good, actually, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this could be Smash City, couldn't it?
Yeah, Lookman back as well. Like, yeah, that looks like, again, the Kettler's not a fun midfielder card, but in this stack, you would probably have him as a midfielder quite gladly.
You could just do 4 assists again. You know, like something like that could just happen, or he just goes -5 AA and it just cripples you. But, you know.
I heard a funny thing as well about how Conte is probably going to quit as manager at the end of the season for Napoli because in the transfer window they signed Philip Billing and he's just like, what the fuck are you doing to me? Like,
that was a really weird transfer.
Super.
Yeah.
They're against Inter Milan, so a big test of the business they've done certainly anyway. And Josep Martinez is still in. Is Sommer injured? I thought it was a bit of rotation. They got him the minutes last time.
I think he broke his thumb.
Yeah. Oh, did he? I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure his hand.
Udinese Parma is on the screen here. Nice Udinese team again. Alexis Sanchez on to start this one.
Yeah, I've seen they're doing like Tovan on the wing, or and then Sanchez through the middle or something.
Nice. Monza are home at Torino. Could be a good one for Vlasic.
Yeah. Elmas as well. Okay, they've got a couple of.
This is like looking good now, isn't it?
Casadi,
mate, how shit is the Southampton manager that used to be the Torino manager we've been talking about? He's been doing really so bad, isn't he?
Yeah.
It seems
Shocking.
quickly now, kind of moving on a wee bit now.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Salcoco, Pedersen. Something's
good.
going on. Great keeper.
Yep. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ravaglia.
Really? Are we doing
Nightmare.
this again?
I've not got any options to rotate, so... Or maybe I do. I do, actually. That in-season team is just going to get burned now. I'll take the goalkeeper. That's fine. Genoa Empoli on screen here. Roma Como. This will be fun. I don't really know how it's going to go. I'm playing all my cards involved kind of fearlessly, just like individually. Hopefully they do all right. With the exception of Valley. I've not played him anywhere, but just chuck the rest of them out. Diao is the man in Serie A. He's leading that line.
Yeah, they're doing well. But Como are the big team slayers, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of nullify Roma there.
Yeah, but again, Roma similar to Leverkusen. First time they've not played midweek in eternity, so they might be not too bad coming into it. Or do they play midweek? No, they don't. Milan Lazio is on screen here.
They
All the
played
boys are
last
back.
night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Pulisic came off the bench. The rest maybe started, I think, but they drew 1-1, I think, with Bologna.
Ooh.
Pretty
Did I
sure.
have my goalkeeper? I had my goalkeeper playing in that. I didn't check the scores or anything for the Super. I've been too carried away with the rares. So I better double check. See if I maybe done all right. This is the Lazio team. And I called Zakanya a week or two ago as hitting a bit of form and being a good one for best of Europe. I don't know if you've seen since, but I think last week it was, Harry. 35 AA.
I know. So a month ago, I was Ian. If he's in the chat, he can justify this. I was back, so close to buying him on one of the deadline shows. And I bottled it. And he's been on. He was kind of on a tear anyway, but like he's just continued the tear. And there was good fixtures as well. That's kind of why I was really interested in him. I didn't do it, and it cost me big time.
He's been absolutely on fire, and it wasn't that expensive. Lazio players are generally quite cheap.
No, it's like 40 quid.
Yeah,
in season as well.
And then the last game we've got in Serie A is Juve versus Hellas Verona. Teams are on screen. And Thiago Motta is no longer considered untouchable. His job is very much on the line based on performances between now and end of the season, is the latest reporting that we get from Italia.
Yeah. Well, they lost, did they? I saw 1-1, but...
And then is this... do you want to take us to MLS, Harry boy?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
I'll try and rescue this degen situation I've got on the go.
Come on, then. Do we see Zaha in a Charlotte FC jersey this weekend? He flew back yesterday, I believe, and trained with the team after his birth. It was one of his little saucepan lids. I don't think he starts, and this kind of agrees with that, but I think he'll feature. I'd be surprised if he didn't at home.
I think it's kind of egg on face if he doesn't start the first home game.
It's tough, though, because he literally came on a flight yesterday and trained the same day. I just think there's too much. There's just not. If it happened on a Monday, I'd be like, fair, but Thursday and they play Saturday, I think it's, for me, I'd be shocked if he does start. But I don't know. Maybe for his kid and the old celebration and stuff, if it happens. And then Atlanta United, funky formation. I don't think it actually plays. Oh, maybe it does play out like this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did the business last week, got a win 3-2. Almiron with the assist, Saba doing well. Atilas 2 goals. Moranchuk blanked. Of course, I was the only one I own. Tough to honestly gauge this one. I don't think there'll be I say there won't be a ton of goals. It's the MLS, isn't it? But we know how good Charlotte are at home, so I don't know. I'm not that convinced that Atlanta score a couple here, honestly, with how good Charlotte are. But that is the beauty of the old MLS. Ooh, Ruiz not on to start. I'd be surprised at that. Very.
People were talking to me about playing them in this game. I was like, I'd stay away from it.
Well, he came off the bench. They play midweek, and he came off the bench. So I'd be very shocked if he didn't start. Here I really would. But what do I know? Same for Seattle. They played midweek as well. They rotated. Fry didn't play. Vargas didn't play. Bushnak definitely didn't play. Morris didn't. Ferreira did. So did De La Vega, to be fair. He scored really well.
Looks like peak CR7 material, this, doesn't it?
Yeah, this could be Churn City midfield there. Yeah, again, tough game to gauge. Salt Lake didn't start very well, but Seattle, I mean, they drew to Charlotte at home, so yeah, they'll both want to be trying to get their first 3 points in the league, but it's tough to gauge that one.
Matteo crashing in with some breaking news. Noppert not going to play. Van der Hart is going to play. Van der Hart faced an injury at training, so watch out for that.
He went to Argentina. What happened there?
Yeah, actually, I thought Noppert was on his way to somewhere like that. That's right. We've got over 230 of these are catching us on YouTube now, so fist bumps to you all. Of course, we've smashed through 100 likes at this moment, so again, thanks to everyone that's hit the like button already. Please do make sure you get all the game week luck you can get in advance by hitting the like button before we get to the deadline, of course. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Of course, whenever you're watching us, we're on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Going through all the projected lineups of all the main matches this weekend before the deadline slams shut in our face. And we're then at the mercy of the RNG gods of how good will they actually play and everything else in between. Andy Laird. Saying he creator luck, eh?
I know.
He wins blooming Jota and he's upset about it.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. All right, Columbus away to the Revs. Columbus started off things with 3 points against Chicago. Conceded probably more than they expected. Even though, yeah, there is firepower in that Chicago team now with Gutierrez and Bamba and Zink and whatever. Away to the Revs, Carlos and Campana. Again, a lot of the bigger teams are away this week, having been at home first week. So it's quite hard to really, foresee them like absolutely smashing their faces off with the nature of the MLS. But yeah, really hard so far with what this is probably the first one where I'm like to think the Red Bulls turn Nashville over at home. Honestly, with Forsberg, Choupo-Moting, Lewis Morgan, they didn't look amazing. Yeah, this Valencia is pretty sharp. I watched the game last week. Choupo-Moting looked okay. Like he had a few chances and held up the ball well, but I don't know. Forsberg looked a bit weighty for me. He weren't as sharp as I expected him to be. But his first game, back three looked okay. Coronel made a fucking stinker for the goal mine for Denki, but at home I do fancy him against Nashville. I didn't watch the open Nashville game, so I can't really report too much on that. But yeah, Hanny and Sturridge, just very similar team to last year, apart from Tagseth and Andy Najjar. And the midfield's a little bit different, obviously, if Brugman comes in. But yeah, I don't think there's much to worry about there for the Bulls. This one ranks really highly on the matchups tab. Orlando at home to Toronto for good reasoning. Toronto do like to concede a couple of goals. But Bernardeschi,
Orlando were all right last week, eh? Just defensively.
Yeah, they scored. They scored goals. Yeah, they just conceded too many. I don't know. Yeah, Robin Janssen went off before didn't start the game basically. So I think that threw a bit of a spanner in the works. But like as a 6, like it's a very good 6 in the MLS. That like the base is really strong. The middle 3 has got a bit of everything, and then Enrique's decent. Like on his day, he can't score goals, but obviously Muriel to come on as well. Big Dunk Maguire when he's back fit, which is not now. But yeah, the defense is just a bit shaky. Clearly, after conceding 4 to, on paper, one of the worst teams in the league, Philly, at home. So yeah, they'll have a point to prove there. They'll really want to keep it tight. But Bernardeschi, they've got a couple of boys to Osario. Like they can cause a bit of an upset, I think. Not like win the game, but I think they might score 1 or 2. Just again, nature of what we're working with here in MLS. Cincy away to Philly, another one where the favorite probably away, but Philly started off really well with a massive win against, like we said, Orlando. Quinn Sullivan, Gazdag, Ure, Baribo, obviously Wagner. I don't know. It's so many of these MLS games are really hard to predict. Like it's normally hard, but this week a lot of the bigger teams on paper are away. So yeah, it makes for really hard sort of predictions, honestly. Vander started midweek, which was a bit weird. He came off, I think, maybe early-ish, so you'd like to think he obviously starts again. But Yeah, maybe they're just trying to get a match fit because he did miss a lot of preseason and stuff. So, Cincy double game week, is it? Does the midweek count as? So I guess they must have a midweek game. Do they on the Tuesday? Is that right? Let's have a look. Tuesday. No, I don't know what that's all about. That can't be right. Unless they play Monday, and I could just be. Yeah, they do. Sorry, they play Tigres at home on Monday, as do LAFC.
Oh,
they play at home to the Crew. Sorry, yeah, I thought that'd be Tuesday. So they play Saturday, Monday. Is that not a bit close?
yeah, right tight.
That's ridiculous, no?
Maybe, I don't know if time zones help them somehow. I don't know.
No, yeah. Well, they play at home at least, but CONCACAF game. That's funky, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you play an All-Star, you get a double game week, and if you play it in MLS, you don't. That is funny.
So it's not a double game. It is in the worst comp on the game,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you play Denkin under 23, it's double game week effectively, but it doesn't really do much for me. Just trying to think there. Okay. Fair enough. DC Chicago.
The battle of the bums.
Yeah, this is the nut low of MLS, isn't it?
No Gutierrez for Chicago, suspended from last week.
Yeah, it was a naughty boy, although Messi was a naughtier boy and had a little slap on the wrist. So
yeah,
just shows who. Yeah, just shows who.
Give us your money.
Yeah,
give us your money. We don't want you to not play. Just give us your money.
Yeah, because it cost us even more money. You couldn't pay us enough to not play, basically, because you're just killing us, basically, either way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Omari Glasgow on for a wee game there. That's fun.
Yeah, Zinc, Bamba, Cyprus. It's something going on, but I want to see it first. I need to see it before I buy in.
Bamba looked good. I thought Bamba and Gutierrez. I watched all the highlights of every game, Harry. We did a Monday stream called MLS Monday on a platform called Playback, and they just let you watch
mentioned
stuff.
That to me before.
Yeah, I think I showed you. I reached out to us a while ago, and I think it's set up to do Champions League watch-alongs. So stay tuned. We'll maybe get a bit of that action on the go when the time comes. But I would just sat and watch all the highlights. It was good fun. But when I watched the Chicago highlights, I was hoping that Gutierrez didn't actually put a good score in because he looked good. Then obviously started scoring goals when I was watching the highlights, But Bamba and him were tying in really well. And Bamba's going to be one of the best players in the league, I think. Effectively, he'll get 8-8 all the time, and he should get a decisive often enough.
Yeah,
100%. Just really well built for it. Good start.
Yeah, start you on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Minnesota, like I said, I was really impressed with with Minnesota first game. Really impressed. Yeboah's very sharp. Didn't get his goal, but probably was deserving of one. At home to Montreal, who are DP-less really on paper. Like there's no stellar names there, but they all work for each other. Showed they could score goals away to Atlanta. So I'm not saying it's a walk in the park, but I do fancy Minnesota at home here. Yeah, I really do. The Earthquakes.
Yeah, I thought the Minnesota game was quite tight. They did well to contain LA. Sorry,
yeah.
And the
I watched the whole game and they outplayed. They battered them. I watched the whole 90 and they had them on toast for most of the game. It's just they couldn't score. And then the Quakes, best team in the MLS.
Mate, dark horse shout. All of them rinsed.
Yeah,
I think that everyone's saying there's no team to stack in MLS, but from what I've seen on one game, San Jose, you could stack them every game.
Yeah, Daniel Rodriguez, Espinoza, Aranjo, Lopez, or not Lopez, Martinez, or whatever it looks like. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. A little 4-2-2, FIFA Ultimate Team formation.
Yep, keep it tight.
And then the Sporting Kansas City, unfortunately.
Shappy on to start.
Yeah, Shappy's got his visa, I think. It's just really tough, isn't it, to see how this team scores goals, I think, or provides goals. Jovic can score goals. He's proven in MLS, but he needs players around him, as do most number nines. No service, you don't score. Simple as that. Heard Manu look pretty good though, from all accounts. Manu Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've got bits of things. I just don't know if it's going to come together quick enough. Is my worry.
Fair.
Yeah, but there's a few names there that should provide things. I just do worry about it, to be honest. And the Rapids at home played 3 games already with the midweeks, and obviously we've had one weekend. Jordi Mihailovic sort of doing what he sets out to do normally. Decent team, like it's not the best in MLS, but there's a few decent
I really
scores
like
here.
it, mate. I really like their team.
Yeah, I mean,
think it's a cool team.
Yeah, it is, but like it's not that different to last year. It's just Atencio that's come in basically, and defender. This guy, I think actually no, he was there. He was there. I don't know. I'm not too high on him, I'll be honest, but I'm high enough to where like I have cards from from their team. Yeah, I don't know. I think they need something better out here. Cabral and Harris are too similar.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're missing like one other player, I would say. Attacker. And then you've got FC Dallas.
Who,
Acosta.
again, dark horse shouts. They looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, despite Acosta not actually getting anything from an SO5 perspective, Musa getting a couple of goals, Anderson Julio scored a good goal. They've got legs, which is helpful, around Acosta. They know they need that, otherwise Acosta just can't really operate as well as you'd want him to. Leggett will do all his running for him. I don't know much about that Ramiro. But yeah, like similar in a way to Colorado, I would say, and how like the team's set up as far as like the stars and just the average player type of thing. Like this is really hard to see who could win here. I know it's Colorado at home, so maybe you favor them just because of that, but like yeah, man for man, I think it's very similar.
Yeah.
And then your lads, Maxi, number 10 on his back again after Santi's departure. What do you think?
I feel the same as I do last week. Like they've got a puncher's chance. They might not like batter a team, or they might not batter this team, but LA probably win. But like, is it 3-2, 3-1, 2-1? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be one-way traffic. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Anybody see we're nippy without, like, I thought Parks looked shit. I thought Hack looked pretty good. And the Tanasevich guy, he got subbed off. I watched the whole game last week. Harry, I was fighting sleep like mad. There was 11 minutes added on to the end of this game. And that's because there was tons of stoppages. I was like fighting sleep, like, get on with the fucking game.
There was like loads of yellows and reds and all sorts of
bar checks and injuries, head knocks and stuff. There was so many stoppages in the second half. But they looked all right. Okay. NYC. And yeah, like the decisors will be quite predictable who they come from. In LA, like I thought that Marlon guy in the highlight packages anyway looked the part, as did Buanga. Looked really on it.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I'll have to disagree with that with Buanga. Like he's been.
I watched highlights.
Yeah, like he's just too selfish. Like he just tries too much on his own, and like he's just not good enough. Like hence why he's in the MLS and not playing in Europe. Like he is good, but like, yeah, I don't know. He kind of got wrapped up by whoever was marketing. It was actually Bongo, he was like a winger, but he did a job on him for Minnesota. I thought did a really good job on him defensively. Yeah, I don't know. I'm worrying about this LA team, honestly. Like, Tillman's rubbish. Like, they need Kengasunde in here quickly. They need it. Yeah, they need a playmaker. They got nobody that can do anything like that. Delgado's just a basic set of midfielder that just, box to box. And they've got 2 wing backs that like are wing backs. Like they're both centre backs, really, Palencia and Hollingshead. Like they can do it, but like they're not like bombing down the wings and stuff, I don't know. Like I think they're lacking legs and they're lacking a creative midfielder. I'm not saying Unde is a creative midfielder, but you can definitely like chip in on that side of things, despite being like probably a wing on paper. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling about LA. They're just not. I'm not saying they can't go and win this game. From what I've seen so far, it's not looking great. Like Buanga hasn't even got. Maybe he has 1 DA, but he didn't in the league anyway. Giroud out. That's a blessing though, Zhao. Giroud finished, absolutely finished. Bless him. He's like 38, so I can't. I can't be too harsh on him, but like he's done, absolutely finished.
I heard I was listening to some MLS stuff. They're talking about trying to get him integrated into the team and all that still, and it's like I just don't think that's going to happen, is it?
Abobasi took his goal really well, though. I know you obviously probably saw it, but
his goal was nice.
Goal was really good. Left foot. Took it really well to keep that down. Austin away to the Timbers, who obviously didn't start very well. Opening day with that red card. Hopefully, David Da Costa coming in to start maybe gives them a bit more creativity and can maybe help them dominate the game. But Austin, we know how good Austin can be. So this is like potential Austin clean sheets. Sort of.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's again quite tough. There's so many tough games. Like I might as well just close my eyes and try and guess the scores in all these games. Like genuinely, outside of like the Red Bulls, who I expect to win, I really can't give you another. Maybe Minnesota, the 2 homes. I really struggle to give any more. Than that. San Diego, though, the surprise package. I watched the 90 minutes against LA, and wow, they battered them. They gave them a real good run for their money, despite being together for 5 weeks. I was incredibly impressed with what they did. Negri marked Peck out the game, didn't get a sniff. Dreyer obviously came alive. He had a couple of other chances. He could have probably scored a hat-trick, honestly. I think Varta didn't do too much. Lozano was, lively. De La Torre was okay without being, incredible. Godoy run the game, in fairness to him. And then Tsurskov, I think he's the captain, to be fair, the one they got from the Danish league or somewhere. Like, he's good. He's very good. Like, they've got a midfield 3 there that does a bit of everything. And then they've got match winners up front. And the defense, like McNair looked solid. Negri looked amazing against Peck. Laughlin's decent. McVeigh's fine. And the goalie looked good. Like, mate, they're gonna surprise a few people, I think. Well, maybe they've already done it, but they're good. They are really good.
I was really surprised at how good they looked in spells. Because I've seen so many expansion teams come in, and it's very underrated or under kind of thought about that these guys have never met each other. None of them played together last season. None of them played with the same manager last season. There's nothing. They have all
Clean
just
slate.
got together. And it's weird watching the highlights. There did seem to be wee spells where that showed itself in the match. But they did look great. I was really surprised for how good they looked.
Yeah. LA did have chances, but there wasn't. There was probably like 2 or 3 that I can remember where I think looked good. The right back, the Japanese lad, obviously they don't play for these. What's his name? For LA. I've got his super. I can't even think of his name. Yeah, your man looked good. Your man was putting in a few good crosses, but nobody to get on the end of them. Unfortunately, obviously Jovic has left, and fucking you're left with Miguel Berry and Ramirez, who are fucking just. I can't even just describe what that combination is, but the LA Galaxy are horrendous, and we can get onto them next. I didn't even show St. Louis. Sorry, St. Louis were okay when I watched them. I think I watched the second or last 30. They pushed, but it's just I don't think it's enough here. Like if Hartel isn't on it, I just worry that. Yeah, like defensively they look sharp, kept the ball well, but yeah, you need Hartel to be on it. That's a tough one. Dreyer, Vander, Arthur. Like Arthur's going to bring you the AA against Miami. Like he's going to be well up for that.
Yeah,
it's just if you think Vander can get a couple of DAs away to Philly, Dreyer at home. I don't know if I would go Dreyer just because I know he scored 2 first game, but like it wasn't as if like he was massively involved in everything. It was just moments, which does get you DAs where Vander and Arthur are going to be like involved in the whole game, meaning there's AA to be had, like for the most part. And I don't know. I think I'd go Artur. I think I'd keep it at home. Miami, big occasion. He'll want to be like he'll be just getting tackles and stuff for fun. You'd like to think.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I'd go Evander personally, just for the.
Yeah, I just worry because they play midweek. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. He'll be shipped off. So he's just what he does in 60, which is sometimes not much considering the amount of games he's been playing. And then the Whitecaps at home to the Galaxy. Another 5-0 or whatever it was against Poland.
Well, they're going to play Saprissa. Or did they did it last night? Or have they played that game actually?
Yeah, they played last night. Yeah, Gold was on the bench.
Come off the bench. Oh, I've just seen. I forgot to check these scores. 34. That's fine. He's good for the weekend. And Jaden Nelson was leading an under-23 team for me. Oh, finished 15th. Yay. Oh, it's only a tier 4. 3 points from a tier 3. Jade Nelson an assist. Hey.
65, yeah. But who got the highest score out of the forwards? Brian White. The boy. Everyone was doubting my Brian White's purchase, and yeah, cheeky little latey in the midweek. We don't mind it. We don't mind it. I think they're going to batter LA here at home. I think they're going to absolutely destroy them.
The only thing that had me a wee bit not nervous, but cautious is just that they played Saprissa last night, and it's at home, so it's maybe not too big shakes, but so that was the only thing. LA have had the week off.
Yeah. There's just not enough here. Fagundes is rubbish. Royce is finished. Ramirez is rubbish. Cirillo's fine. Sanabria's okay. Garces looked absolutely honking in spells. Like, he gave the ball away so many times. The goal was unfortunate though. Like, it was probably Mikovic stitched him up. Like, the goal shouldn't have been an error. It should have. They both should have had an error, I think. Mate, this team's honking compared to last season. Like, so bad. It's ridiculous. It's horrible.
And again, only watching the highlights, it looked like your man was having a pretty good game. It looked like he did a wee bit of inverted fullback.
Yeah, he was coming inside a lot. Yeah, he was. Don't know what happened then. I got logged off. No. Quinny, I think I've been hacked.
Uh-oh.
They've hacked the main. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong game week.
Guys, there's only 117 likes here. There's over 250 of you tuning in live and loud, which is fucking amazing. And we love to see it here on YouTube. Never mind all of you that are tuning in on Twitch and on Twitter as well. But if we can, whenever you're watching the show, if you can hit like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, but especially the like button. We need to get the likes up. We need to get to 150 likes or we're all screwed. We've got big rewards to open tonight. We've got big things to happen this game week. And if we don't get to 150 likes with the amount of you guys here, we're doomed. It's just, we're all going to pick the wrong captain. I'm sorry. DNPs will happen.
100%. I mean, not every player's honking, David. There's some decent ones in there. Have we looked at Salt Lake? No, we haven't, mate. I don't. Oh, did we look at Salt Lake? Yeah, we did look at Salt Lake. Yeah, we did, because we spoke about. Did we? Yeah, we did. Because Ruiz. Yeah, we definitely did. Into Miami, away to the Dynamo. Played midweek. Messi scored a wicked volley, to be fair. Keepers on a 60. I don't know what the actual script is there. I think Calendar's back training. There was a bit of, sort of shady stuff going on. Like, he wasn't playing for ages, but he wasn't injured, or he wasn't even training. I don't know. I don't know what was actually going on there. And then the Dynamo, Jack McGlynn, churning AA. Same for Artur. I think we'll probably see similar this game. Hard to foresee clean sheet when Messi and Suarez are involved, but they played midweek. There could be a bit of rustiness going on there, and I don't know. Houston could give them a game. They could.
McGlynn looked really good, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just a Rolls Royce, mate. How he's not in Europe, I don't know. Like, I'm so shocked that he
That's
just
what I was thinking watching him for Houston, because Philly has been good, but seeing him going in another team and he's still doing that. It's not just like the system or he's at home. I was like, nah, man, he is actually a good player. Like,
he's like a really good footballer, isn't he? Like,
can't deny it. Like, going from Philly at Houston's totally, apples and oranges on so many different ways, on the pitch, off the pitch, and I was wildly impressed with what I seen with him.
He's so good, mate. Honestly, so good. So, yeah, I think Summer could be calling for him. Nice little move, maybe, if he does well in the next couple of months. But yeah, weird weekend, I think, for MLS. Not that it's not always weird, but like more so than ever. Like, there's so many teams that it's so hard to predict. Like, across the board, super tough. We'll rattle through Challenger. Challenger feels like the forgotten region now, Quinny. With MLS obviously not being a part of it, I do think the Challenger not goes under the radar, but definitely is just definitely lost its spark, shall we say?
A wee bit.
Yeah, but in other ways, you could argue it's good because there's no MLS.
It's last year's Christmas present, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, you've just been sort of stung a little bit, and it's just hard to get up for it. But there's still games to be had. There's still matchups to be getting involved in. Yeah, nothing crazy. Final at home to NEC. AZ played midweek in the cup, I think. Pretty sure. Against Veen. Almere City, Ajax. Hexwall. Spa Boys versus Willem de. We'll get back to the championship. But yeah, rattle through Belgium. Here is a late drama for you, Quinny, on the lineup.
I got it in. I've got an in-season freeze.
Nice. What's that set you back? 200?
No, not quite. Well, I went after an auction and someone sniped me at 144.
Okay.
But Neil, who's in the community, I don't know what his handle is in the YouTube live chat, but he bought the one-off. Yeah. And he reached out to me, and I was like, was kind of chatting about it. And anyway, that auction didn't go through, and ended up taking his off him to get the one-off. So nice. I wasn't too bored about the one-off, but I was just like, fuck it. Since I've won that competition, I can probably just about squeeze it. And I'll make content on it, but like I'm 100% hot streaks are just paying off the goalkeeper. That's just where my starting point is. Let's see how long that will take. But I ended up paying Neil 170 for the one-off. Auction just closed at 140 for a regular, so I thought that's not too bad. The thing about the one-off is it should be number 1 jersey as well. So that's like a shirt number.
Double. Yeah.
Thing, so
that's nice.
Feels worth it. Ish, just about. Didn't really want to pay that much today, but I ended up. It's like when you're going shopping. You got your. You think, I'm getting an in-season keeper of the day or whatever. One way or another, you'll end up with it.
100%. Yeah, prices of the keepers have definitely come down, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad if you get the full season out of them. I've got the handcuff as well in, so I can deal with that.
Definitely.
Oh, is Brum injured? Sorry, I missed that. I've just seen the chat saying it.
Yeah, he broke his leg.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's not so bad compared to leg.
He's out for the season, but yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Killer.
Yeah, it's not fun. Oh, I feel bad for that guy. He had a great season as well.
Well, what happened was they tried to be sneaky, right, Quinny? They played PSV midweek in the cup, and they didn't announce it because they wanted PSV to think that he was playing, and it kind of got like leaked or something on a podcast, and they still ended up beating PSV, by the way.
Buzz.
And they play him again this weekend in the league, so PSV will be after a bit of revenge there.
I seen Ledesma was on to play, and Mexico are trying to nationalize him.
I seen that. Yeah, he didn't get picked in the US team, which was quite surprising. I think. Yeah, I think he'll probably end up playing for Mexico. To be fair, he'll have a chance to start for them, I would say.
At right back, it was reported they want him as the PSV right back. He was named as.
I mean, he's shown he can do it. He hasn't been amazing, but like he has been playing games. He's still in and around the team, despite like he was down and out, wasn't he, for ages, like at PSV. Like I know he's been injured and stuff, but he couldn't get a game for love nor money. So he's obviously improved. Like there's definitely an improvement there. Funny, I bought a super rare Kamar roof, Quinny, for my sins, right? Like a year ago. There's 4 on the market. It's his Anderlecht card, okay? 1819, like a very vintage card.
Fair.
Or maybe 1920, for like 20 quid, and obviously hasn't played a game for like 10 years, but he's at Derby. So I do have utility for my Kamar roof.
Well, good luck to you.
That's hat-trick this weekend off the bench. Stoke versus Watford. Yeah, not a full slate of championship games for whatever reason. Maybe is FA Cup this weekend? I don't know.
I think it must be a cup weekend before the Prem being midweek.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So how are you feeling coming into the weekend, Harry? We're going to make it 5 in a row on the podium.
I don't want to say yeah and jinx it, but yeah, I think I've got like 32 teams with keepers and that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I'm going to get a fucking podium, but I've got a few teams I'm confident in. But yeah, my champion season stuff, I've only got one D1 right now. I did have I did have 2. One got relegated, so it is FA Cup. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm quietly confident, but like, I couldn't tell you which lineup's going to do it. It's always the most random one, mate. Like I couldn't pump. I don't know. On paper, it should be my under 23 Super Red team with Yamal, obviously, but there's always something that messes that up, whether it's defender or the goalie. You know, it's very hard to get it right. But no, I'm excited. It's probably the most excited I've been from, like, you know, let's say 10 out or 50, half of my lineups. I'm like, okay, yeah, I like 15 of you. Normally, I'm like, I don't know, I like 5 of you.
Fair.
What about you? Celtic play, obviously, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty buzzing, mate. I feel like I've got every. I said the same thing last week. I didn't do that great last weekend. I was a wee bit unlucky with some things, but I've got that same feeling again this week where I'm just like, I think. Actually, that maybe opens something up. I think all my teams look great. I really like all the players I've got. I really like all. I don't hate too many fixtures. Is probably the better way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I'm open to being pleasantly surprised by any outcomes that come my way.
Someone said Rapid have a double game week as well.
Yeah, I caught that as well in the chat.
How does that work then? Monday, Brøndby play. Do they? I mean, they're not down here as far as I can see. Unless something's going to get scheduled. But yeah, what was that all about, lads? Someone said Rapid, didn't they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Lask versus Klagenfurt.
Oh, buzzing.
Yeah, there's no better feeling, and like, there's no pressure on you. This, like, you've won a considerable about midweek. You know, you don't need to, like. It's always it's just a free weekend, I call it. Like, if you've done well in the midweek, like, you don't need to sweat the weekend type of thing. Anything's a bonus type, you know.
Oh, China. A fair few players knocking about now.
Yeah, there's like 2s and 3s easy in most teams, isn't there? Apart from maybe Davidson's team. Then we get to the mainstays, the Romelus, Felipes, and
yeah,
that's the team, isn't it?
Look at Orellano. Are we expecting him in, Harry boy?
Nah, he's injured, I think. Yeah, he's been out with a leg injury. He might pop up, but he hasn't been training and stuff, so I wouldn't expect it, to be honest.
And who's this? Brones is reckoning that Yamal's on for a rest, Harry.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the Ligans, our little source doesn't seem to think that, but I can see someone's going to get rested, whether it's Pedri or him. I'm quite cautious on that. Yeah, there is definitely someone's not going to play, basically, and I just very hard to see who that could be. But yeah,
it's Sociedad, but it's a tougher game. They're level on points with Real Madrid at the top. I don't think there's room for fucking about.
There probably isn't, but they played midweek, didn't they?
But this is the league.
Yeah, but then they got Champions League next week. I don't know.
That's Barcelona, mate. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but they've got the players to rotate. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's not as if the quality, maybe not with Yamal, but the quality doesn't really come down when you like interchange the midfield 3.
Yeah,
really. You know, like, I don't know. Our sort of what they call football fantasy reckon Pedri's a 50-50. So, which I can kind of see. Like, he hasn't really had a rest for a while.
Interesting. It's like starting to hurt my head. Sorry. I didn't need that bright, did I? Oh, yes, I'm quite excited for the weekend. Hopefully the Celtic stacks rip. Yeah, Pedri is 50-50 with Fairman. You're right. But yeah, no, I'm excited on everything. I really enjoyed MLS being back in the fold again. I'm right up for the cup on that. Celtic play late on Saturday. It's a 5:30 game, which is very unusual. We don't normally get that kickoff time on a Saturday. So that'll be fun. Saka.
Yeah, we got the J League, K League special. I mean, was it East Asia? I think they've called it. The East Asia special.
It's not like there's any other parts of Asia that they need to, differentiate from to make sure no one's confused.
Yeah, it was a weird word in that. They've never used that. Not that have they done a combined one before? I can't remember, to be honest.
They've definitely combined announcements and stuff with them enough times. I don't know.
Yeah. The old K League. Did you see instant buys and now all Super Airs have instant buys?
Yeah, see, I heard. I didn't catch all the Andrews yesterday because I was just mad up against it yesterday with car stuff and streams and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I seen that. Apparently, the first ones for a lot of them went mad cheap. Somebody was telling me, Stish, we got in product podcast back together, me, Stish, and Tony.
I watched a bit of it. Yeah.
Channel. If anyone missed it, feel free to check it out after the show. But Stish was telling me he got like it was a Stish. I'm sure it was Stish. He said he got a J League keeper for like £100. Or was that somebody else? I think it was Stish.
Yeah, there was a couple of on the I can only speak about the MLS because I did a clean sweep of that, and there was a couple that went like I bought Rafael Navarro for Colorado, the Super F, for like 130 quid instant buy. His one of went for 400 quid. So that there was very surprised that like they put his instant buys like that cheap, even though I think that the one off's gone for like way too much. There was a couple, but honestly, now there wasn't a ton of like value in MLS compared to like the J League and even Argentina. I've seen a couple of people snap up a couple of like Zabayas went for like 70 quid super rare instant buy. There's a couple where you go, ooh, okay, that looks maybe a tiny bit cheap on paper for them to give an instant buy of that price. But yeah, for the MLS, people did snap quite a few up, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this guy's going for like 100 quid, he should be a grand type of thing. When the J League and the K League, there was a lot of like keepers apparently that were going for like half the price of the first, like the one-offs, which was interesting considering, there's a special coming up right now. So maybe they did that on purpose, thinking that people are just going to snap them up and with the utility.
Yeah, you want them sold ideally, don't you?
For sure. Yeah. You want them sold now compared to after the special. Definitely. Yeah, he was the only one I picked up, to be fair, Navarro. I was going to get Enrique, the Orlando forward. He was up for like 100 quid, which felt quite okay. But I didn't. Someone ended up buying him in the end.
I think he's quite nailed as far as like some of the kind of, I don't want to say weaker forwards, but he's not like a star forward. He's not going to get golden boot or fuck all, if you know what I mean.
No.
But that guy will play all the time, is my kind of take on it all. When he's not a bad player.
He's good. He'll just come off at 60 every game, basically, is the issue. So he needed to have done his business before then, which like in a main lineup is just always quite risky, I think. Even though I own him, like I have him as a card, but yeah, he is good. Like he is able to score like cup braces and stuff. Like he is that type of streaky finisher. The Caxa was updated 11 minutes ago, so let's see what the damage is there. Paradella, Pavlacino. Okay.
James week. It's James' week. Have we seen the Leon team? Sorry, I was kind of...
Yeah, Tom to Tijuana.
He's there.
James. There he is. Pumas versus
Alvarez as well, Harry boy, by the way. Living his best life.
Yeah, he's doing a bit. He's doing a bit. Last year was always he'd either start the game, come off 45, or come off the bench and play the last 40. It was a nightmare. But yeah, there's definitely something brewing with him. Tell you what, LA could do with him right now.
Yeah, big time.
Honestly,
could you do me a favour, Harry, and look at Cruz Azul before you leave? So I just missed that.
Yeah,
I'm just nosy. Maybe I'll just do it myself right now.
No, you got it here.
Aye, both my boys are on. That's fine.
LDU. Leave that to the end. The old Scottish League. Do a little bit of Chile. Catalina.
Hector Herrera's back in the town as well in Mexico.
Couple of assists, wasn't it? Last night or the night before?
Yeah.
Like it. Russian Premier League. We're back. We are back.
Oh, there he's there.
Zenit at home to CSK. Glashenikov's back. Luis Henrique on a 65. Wilmar. Douglas Santos. Sekou Koita. Wow. Pjanic plays for CSK. I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, we've looked at him before. He's absolutely meh.
Is he? His legs
Doesn't
just...
do above a 52.
Yeah, I can see it. Krasnodar. Have you used any of your XP boosts?
Not yet. Not yet. I want to see if they iterate it a little bit more, because I don't like the way it is. It's just like fractional power ups now. Have you seen the way it works?
I know what you mean. Yeah, you can't put like 500 on a guy if he needs 5,000 type of thing, can you?
No, you can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it feels like pointless. Like the whole point of moving it to XP is so that you can
We have
just put on,
control.
put on. Aye, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree with you.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, it is a bit funky.
So I'm kind of holding. So I don't want to spend XP, and then maybe they go, "All right, sorry, we've changed it, and it's this now." And I've went, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
I wasted it somewhere, but I did quite well with training my guys up. So I've not got too many guys where I'm like, "Oh, that guy needs XP desperately." Somewhat a handicap without it. I'm doing all right.
The only one I put it on Word because
That makes sense.
obviously he's new and stuff, so you might as well just use it, you know. But like, so you went from 0 to 1 like level, and that there was a day cooldown on that, and then I was able to go to 1 to 2, 24 hours later.
Nice.
But then I think you have to wait like a week. I think.
Yeah, it's a big cooldown.
Contender has far too many leagues, Matt Harrison.
I've been meaning to say as well, guys, we have had 2, I put the comment on screen earlier, we've had 2 rare cards donated to the show today for giveaway. We're at 138 likes. We can't even think until we get to 150, guys. Come on. Plenty of time to go. There's over 250 of you hanging with us live and loud. And yeah, we've got 2 rares to give away to the live chat on YouTube, so get involved. Do we have a limited as well? No, all the limited stuff is gone. We've got 2 rares to give away. But we need to get the likes.
Yeah, we do. Sort it out with the likes, lads. I didn't realise Stojkovic is back for Zagreb.
So I seen him in the lineup builder as being projected to start, and I thought he had a bad injury. Like I thought he was going to be out, you know.
Yeah, I kind of envisioned that as well, honestly. But yeah, it looks like he's back. I might need to squeeze him in somewhere. We'll do Arge, and then we can go on to Scotland, and then we're kind of done for a bit. I need to do a few clean sweeps to check how the lineups are looking, and then we'll be away at the races, mate, won't we?
Love it. Yeah.
River play at home. Armani Diaz on a 65. Quattro 55.
He's just a pain in the ass for that.
Yeah, that rotation is just brutal, isn't it?
They didn't play midweek. I'm not really that worried about it, but when you see that, it gives you a wee bit of fear, you know. But they didn't play midweek, so there's no reason. It's like first versus third or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, third versus ninth, I beg your pardon, but all the same.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I don't think it's a game to.
I was gutted there weren't any. I mean, I get it, but like there was nowhere to play. Like there was no like special this weekend outside of the Asia thing. It was just like all star. I love a cat mode to just get stuck into sometimes and put my leftovers in. Like I just enjoy building under a constraint. Like, and all star is just no constraint. It's just boring. Like at least make it anti-stack. At least make all star anti-stack or something. To where,
yeah, I don't mind.
It's boring. There's no fun in it. It's shite. I think absolute shite.
It's better than being a specialist, but if you don't have the criteria for it, it's not that good. You know,
I'd rather a 270 than all star. Put it that way. All day. Well, way more fun.
I've got
all day long.
Skrupski's dodgy.
Right, we get into Scotland. Rangers was updated 15 minutes ago. Let's have a look at the notes. Update from the press conference. Suter, Balogun, Sterling are all back in training. Ferguson said he's waiting to hear from the medical team about how they have reacted to training this morning. I've raised the odds on Suter a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I saw your Tav tweet go Celtic viral, didn't it?
Aye. That was a good one. I quite liked it. See, when I found the picture, I was like, "Oh, this is the exact kind of picture I want," and I think that was part part of the magic was the wee look in his face, Somebody said in the chat Jan Kuto's likely to play, which maybe...
Yeah, I saw that as well. Go on the Bundesliga website. Have a look if... I think it's Liga Insider.
Yeah.
Yeah, your hearing's going, Mikey. Mikey's hearing's gone, lads. His hearing's finished. Because that definitely didn't come out of my mouth. And then the old Celtic boys.
Ooh, yeah, I think that is the team. I'm a wee tiny bit nervous McKibben plays for somebody, but I don't think there's any messing about. St Mirren beat Rangers a week ago or so. So I think Rodgers, his attitude with these matches is we want to beat them 8-0, and just like if you can beat Rangers and then we spank you, that's just an extra wee thumb in the nose kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll, and obviously we lost ourselves to Hibs last weekend. Obviously rescued a really, not rescued, but rescued the form with a really good win midweek. And I think again it'll be best team goes out. This is our last week. We had a midweek this midweek. That's Celtic's last midweek now for the season. We'll have one more after the split, 'cause there's always one midweek, but outside that is it now for Celtic. Are just going weekend to weekend for the rest of the season, which should be winning time for me.
That's the goal, isn't it? That's the goal. Let's have a look.
Okay, so we've had an RB donation here, RB Limited, so thank you very much to Ludsky. Thank you very much, mate. Little guy looks like he's playing in Russia. That's fun. And yeah, thanks everyone for smashing the like button. We're almost at 150. There's a 230, 240 of these with us still on YouTube. I don't know if he's away back to work or something now or what's going on. But we're flying towards the like goal, guys. We've got to get to 150. Then we can get some giveaways done. We've got 3 cards here. So once we get to 150, the next thing we want to get to is 167, then 88, then up to 200. Can we get there, guys? Can we get there?
Just doing some...
of course.
Some double check-ins and making sure my ducks are in a row.
So the only thing about having so many lineups at this stage is keeping the overall puzzle of things at the front of your mind when you're making alterations is kind of the hard bit at the last minute, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I hate it.
Because I'll show you this on screen, right? Chat, help me out. Skorupski looks like he's going to get benched, right? So I'm going to be putting the Dimitrovic from the in-season team into this. But
yeah,
I'm then looking at Goretzka, who is going to start, and I'm like, Koopmeiners is scoring dog shit. But he's home at Verona, and he is starting for Juve. So it's like, do I play Koopmeiners or do I play Goretzka?
Goretzka midweek. Friday night.
Or Koopmeiners on a Monday at home at Verona.
It's the fixture, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It really is.
He's been minging, Marquise. That's why I've got this problem. The fixture's great. He will play. Yeah. He's been attached to doing a 44 or something like that for God knows how long. So it's just when I see I'm going to switch the Dimitrovic across, I'm like, do I maybe put LG into this?
It's not an easy game, mind, for LG. But yeah, like you said, it's not as if, Coop's doing the business, so...
I'm putting LG in. I think he's all right. So again, look at these scores. They're just metastic. 48 to 53 is the range. Decisives are not his friend in Juve right now. I've got Llorente. I've got a few other players that could be half all right, but I think Goretzka is like an AA machine if he's starting a game like this. And he can always get himself in jammy into a wee decisive, maybe. Because it won't be Pavlovic supporting the attack if that's who he's playing in midfield with.
Right.
I'm going to go LG.
LG.
And then we need to scrap this team and do a kind of throwaway classic champ super in case Skorupski does play. Oh no, did I not change that goalkeeper as well? Where are we? No, I didn't. So I need to swap Skorupski with Dimitrovic. There we go. No more in season for Tim Orman. He's back on the bench, back on the shelf.
SD have Tovan at 90%, so some people think he won't start for some reason.
You can't touch SD stuff. It's people at it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see any news about it, so yeah, I haven't really got the heebie-jeebies too much, but
is Lorente projected for Atleti? I was kind of trying to avoid him because I knew they played midweek. Yeah, he is just about, but it's tight. Blaze isn't expected. Salt is Coop. Let's put Coop into this team. And then Pepe or Barry Shea. Let's just go Pepe. And then I think I seen Mukiele was on for Leverkusen. That could be an alright game. So Rio. I'm going to go Mukiele if he's on to play. Oh yeah. Where are we? We're at 151 likes, guys. Hinchapi suspended. Nice. Aye. Oh, Hinchapi is on the left, but in the Bundesliga site thinks it's going to be Hermoso that comes in. I think Mukiele's the man. I'm just not going to take the risk with this team because it's like last chance saloon. And I'll just play. Maybe just throw Barry Shea in case he gets something against Barca. Or Sol again. Let's do Sol. A little safe midfielder. And since we've been slagging him, we're captain Coop just for the fun of it. Team's not going to go anywhere anyway. Oh, guys, we've had a few more donations come in, by the way. We've actually got a few more cards to give away. This is going to be a bit of a bonanza. But at 150 likes, so thank you very much to everyone supporting on YouTube. Thanks again for all the kind... oh, wow. Some really fun stuff here. Guys, we've got a bit of a jamboree to finish the show off with. We're 25 minutes to the deadline. I think I feel okay with my teams. I'll just maybe have a wee scan across them, Harry Trade. See what shows what you're cracking around with, or where are you at?
No, I need to keep it a secret for now.
Oh.
No, I'm just like moving things around and stuff. I don't really want the pressure of being publicized yet.
Wyland Cyprian, 61 today in China.
Oh, okay.
Counts as a midweek game. Did that help me win anything? No. 12 points.
61 is in DA or AA?
AA, raw score.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? 90 minutes.
Yeah, I like that.
Living his best life.
I like that.
Wanizek, Jander, or Sangar? Ooh, Jander's kind of... Who does Sangar have this week again? I'm not sure. And I think Wanizek's on the form. I would just take Wanizek on form. Unless Sangar's match is really super good. Guys, we've got a bunch to give away here. So we were donated 2 in-season rares. This guy here, Sir Lord Conte. What a name. Sir Lord Conte. That is a piss and a half of a name. He plays for Heidenheim, which isn't, it's, it is what it is. And we'll give this guy away first of all. Now, let me think. Now, what you need to do first of all, guys, is you need to put your Sorare manager name in the live chat box. I'm going to ask you a question, then answer the question so that when you hit send, I see your club name and your answer. So have your club name pre-typed out. And the first question I'm going to give you is... we were looking at... Oh, we're looking at quite a lot today at the beginning. What to start with? Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. We didn't actually talk about this earlier on. This is a bit of a shot across the bow. So you either know this one or you don't. Okay. Coming into the midweek, one of my shouts for the midweek was Christopher Nkunku. I went and picked up a wee limited card to play Best of Europe with it. I've not actually checked on the results for it. I've got no idea how well I've done. But he played pretty well. Can you tell me how many decisives he got? So the answer will be a number. How many decisives did Nkunku get? So then you go send. So I should see club name and number. It was going to be fastest finger first. Oh, the answers are flying in. There's a lot of right answers as well. Oh, where are we? There we go. Click on that. The correct answer was 2. We goal and an assist, 87.4 for Nkunku, and a 5 limited. I don't think I've bought a better limited all year, to be honest with you, if Nico Jackson's going to be out injured for a while. So let me see. Who was the first person who sent me their club name and the correct answer? Don't care about dashes or colons or whatever, but I want a name and a number. And the first one that I've got here is BR4. Congratulations to you, mate. You're going to get Sir Lord. Congratulations. Now get locked and loaded, guys. There's another rare to give away, which I'll just sort out now as soon as I send this over. Sir Lord. Love that. Conte, there we go. And then let's have a look. Who is the other rare that was donated to us? Is in season. He comes from Southeast Asia. He plays for, I don't know the name of that team. Or maybe he plays for them. Who knows? Let's find out. Park Day 1. Have you got a wee question up your sleeve, Harry?
I don't, mate. No, to be honest. Can't lie. Yeah. No, I don't.
So get your squad name pre-typed in the comments again. Don't send it. Wait till I ask you a question, okay? I'll tell you the question and the format of it. Everything you need to know, okay? So let me go and get the right answer. So I've got it ready. And then we'll get going. So type in your club name. Don't send it. Now, what I want is a player's first name. And when you hear the question, you understand it's just to make it easy for you all, okay? I want a player's first name. Only their first name, right? Harry Trades sadly didn't hang on to his triple number 1 that came second. What I want to know is the first name of Harry's captain.
Ooh. Oh, I know.
So it's the first person who's got club name and then first name. Go. The team, I'll give you a now because will be, in case anyone wants to just randomly guess. The team was Bart, Dean, Dominic, Jesus, and Kevin. Chat is flying away, guys. The likes are up to 160. Now, before we do the next one, we need to get to 167. We need to get to 167. Banger name. You can say that again. BR4. Brandy Boy. And, now, I don't know what you think about this, Harry.
Go on.
Graham was technically the first correct answer, but he's put Jesus Ferreira with no space in it.
Oh, well, yeah, if it goes to a technicality, I mean, that's not his first name, is it? You asked for first name, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Full name would have been Uber showing off. Would have
been
very well done. But right behind him is Stein, who he's just done it.
It's just Jesus does. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do, Harry?
I mean, I don't know. We have been known to sort of be a bit lenient maybe sometimes, haven't we, on these rulings? But I don't know. You asked for first name, and did Graham give you that? Yes or no? It's probably, as black and white as it. I don't know. You could get into the old hyphen and whatever as well if you really want to be like uber correct, right? Like on the U.
Yeah.
No capital for the J.
Yeah, I'm not too bored of that. I tried to make it easy because I thought people won't spell Ferreira right, and that'll be a pain in the ass. So I'll just go with Jesus. Nobody can get that wrong. And I want to go with Stein because Graham is a regular contributor, has won a few bits and bobs, and Stein is the one that's come in with the spot on like answer format here, Graham. I hope you're all right with that. But let's go and get that shipped over to Stein. It works. There we go. Trade, and then I'll just pop this back over while I send this over. What's his name again? Park.
Yeah.
Park Day 1. Off you go, buddy. Okay, cool. Now we've got. Do we have any? There wasn't any more rares donated, was there? It's just a few limiteds. Excellent. Limiteds are actually quite fun. Oh, there is another rare. Bruno Zuccolini. Would you believe it?
Ooh, okay.
Bruno Zuccolini. So again, guys. Graham, stand up, guy. Stand up.
What a man.
Graham. What a guy. Regular contributor. He's won a few cards himself. Sorare Samurai, maybe on your screen, but not on mine. I'm sorry. Where is BR4? You're making me want to check it now. But I'm fairly certain that's not the case. BR4, or even back to, yeah, like honestly, like somebody's put Joseph Gallagher, and then it's been BR4, and then it's been Victor. I didn't even see you. Who was it that said that? Sorare Samurai. Oh no, mate, you're below like 5 people on my screen.
Come on, Samurai, sort it out, mate.
We wouldn't do that to you, mate. We wouldn't do that to you.
Never.
Right, Bruno Zuccolini. Here's one for you guys. I'm finishing. I've held on. The sweat. I almost joined Harry in silver place there, which I'd have been gutted about because I've not won a tournament yet this year. Or no, have I? Yeah, I have. Just not any one that's really that profitable. Let's say super rares or whatever. Who was my captain? First name.
Oh, I don't even know myself.
So it should be the same. Club name. And it should be easy. Or his first name is like, he's only got, I'm kind of giving that away now, but, don't want 8 names. I just want one name.
Yeah.
Some funny guesses coming in. Somebody's saying Barry. Craig Hunt is at it, isn't it?
I like that. That's
Another sports cards is guest Tavernier.
Shocking.
Score score with a correct answer. I don't know if I can accept that one. Some Celtic twat. Lovely. Now, the correct answer's in, guys. It's of course, Captain Jota till I die. And the first correct answer I've got is Valio. Congratulations to you.
GG's.
My classic Jota, which helped us there, which is fun. Sadly, not my Jota, because I had to swap my Benfica one for that one when they did the collection changes, but we won't talk about that. We'll just move on and forget that we loved those cards for years and years and we had to trade them out for different kits. But anyway, it's by the by. And who was it? Oh, Zuccolini. Congratulations, mate. Thanks again to everyone that's donating cards for giveaways. It really does mean a lot. It's a great community we've got here, and I love that the deadline show is one of the lightning rods that everyone kind of comes to see, what's going on for the weekend. Obviously, the banter, the chat from me and Harry, all the intel that comes from you guys in the live chat as well. It's the generosity that just gets spread around everywhere. I absolutely love it. And the show wouldn't be what it is without you guys, sincerely. So, love it, guys. Congratulations. And again, can't thank you enough.
Definitely not. Well, let me do one more scan, and I think
You're good to show us what you're playing with.
I think so, mate. Yeah, one more scan. Don't think I have much Friday Night Jeopardy for once. Which is a change, which I'm happy about. Well, I guess I got a little bit here.
Oh, no way!
What?
No way! By the way. Mason Miller answered the first question before I said the question.
With Jesus?
With Captain Jota.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that,
That's 4D chess.
I mean, it is, but...
Mason Miller, I appreciate that. We've got 5 limiteds to give away, so I think I'm going to give you one off that because that made me laugh, and I love the effort in that way. So who do we have? We've got Kake, Brazilian wonder kid back in Brazil. We've got Illich, we've got Baragi, Bobby de Cordova Reed. I think I'll give you the guy in Russia because I just think that's fun. I know you get Rangers players and stuff. At least it's the same region. So let's do that. Where was Mason Miller? There we go. Bang. And then we've got 4 to give away, guys, which we'll do at the kind of the end of the show. We'll do that kind of thing that we've done a few times. I won't say what it is, so no one cheats. But if you know what it is, you know what it is. And yeah, Mason Miller, GG's, great interactions again as ever. And yeah, that was a belter. I thought you were trying to claim that it was a 2 that you put, and then when I went all the way back and looked, it was Captain Jota. I was like, oh, that's just too good. Muhim or Trusty as captain? Muhim all day. Muhim looks very good away from home on SO5. Like if you look at Sorare data and stuff, and it's a decent enough game to be away for. You know, he'll be tested and he'll be needing something big. In terms of performance for the result. So there's Samurai, Tavernier, or Shaqiri. That's a tough one. If Tavernier's playing centre back, his AA is going to be wild, you know, which he is on to play on the projections. So I like Shaqiri, but honestly, if you took Tavernier, I would not be one bit surprised. If it worked out for the better. And then Harry, this is maybe one for you, perhaps a wee bit. Piaka or Stojkovic for captain, or maybe position
Piaka.
extra.
Oh, probably. I don't know. I'd probably say Stojkovic. I heard a bit of. I'm sure someone said Piaka maybe got injured or something.
Oh, did he?
Sure, I heard something along those lines. Yeah, I could be completely chatting rubbish there, but
Stefan in the chat with intel as well. Muhim missed training with illness today. So, guys, you've got 11 minutes if you've got Muhims. You've got 11 minutes.
Jesus. Huh.
Piaka injured, took a knock in the cup is what the chat's given it on that.
Yeah, I did think so.
Yeah, we're just about there, guys. We are 10 minutes to the deadline. We've got a few more cards to give away. We've just about got everything wrapped up, ready to rock and roll for what should be a huge weekend. It's going to be a massive Friday night, of course, as well, getting the weekend kicked off. And, it's going to be pillar to post, MLS all the way, depending on if you're in Europe, of course, all the way through the night. Saturday, Sunday football is going to be mad. And even Mondays, we've got Bayern Munich tonight. It's just, it's going to be a huge game week. The only thing we're missing is Brazil. I think someone said earlier in the chat, which I thought we had back this week, but we don't. We've got Russia. But one more week until it's that moment or those couple of weeks where it's literally every card is playing.
Yeah, I'm excited for Brazil to be back. Loads of my cards have just moved there, and yeah. Well, am I excited about it? I'm just excited that they just pop up in the build. I don't know whether they'll do too much. One last scan, and I think I'm good to go.
Sorry, Maxwell says the Muhim thing is just a rest, apparently.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
Brazil starts end of March, does it? Jesus, okay. Game week 66.
Oh, it's a little while away, yeah.
Yeah, it's just because they've been playing qualifiers. They've been playing some sort of continental thing, haven't they?
Yeah, they play in their own league, don't they? And then they don't do it just doesn't count basically. Yeah, Neymar's playing against local players. Scoring.
Yeah, but Corinthians had a game midweek against somebody
that was one of them. Oh, excuse me.
This is the beginning of your day, Harry boy, obviously.
It is, yeah, a long day. Yeah, a couple hours drive after this, which is just fun.
Oh yeah, where are you off to?
Oh, just the doctor's checkup. Not for me, obviously, but
of course.
Yeah, the old monthly checkup.
Thriving and surviving and all that chat.
Yeah, something like that. Quinny, I've got my first MLS in season Super 8 team.
Wowzers. Well, that's what you're keeping close to your chest, was it?
No, this was literally the last thing. This hadn't been touched for days. This is not anything, to keep quiet at all. I need the in-season keeper, so it allows me to play like a Wagner or something, but this is the bones of what I got going on. What was that, 50, 90, 50, 280 quid for those outfielders.
Oh, wow. That's all right.
Yeah. 40, 50, 60, 130. and I bought Guzan for 70 quid. So my Wagner's captain in my main in-season lineup in D1.
Nice.
Play him down for now. Yeah, D2. I've got 1, 2, and 3. I didn't get triple D1, unfortunately. All D2s for Classic, D2 for in-season Road to Glory. Got relegated in one of my champs, so only 1 D1 there. 3 D1s in champ. I don't have enough keepers to use the other one up, but the keepers are in really bad spots, so not expecting another champ classic win there at all. Livakovic is still not back. We don't think he starts. Well, he is back. He's just not going to start apparently. So yeah, this is a throwaway. But yeah, hopefully this one does. I didn't realize Genk played tonight, so that's a bit worrisome. Yeah, I've got Genk sprinkled across all my rare lineups as usual, so that's probably a mistake. But there's no going back now, Quinny.
No going back at this stage.
Nah, I'm actually in a nice place where like a couple of my classic like rare lineups are back in D. Like I haven't had a D1 challenger in yonks for classic. Same for champ. So yeah, a bit of excitement. Just like there's just more excitement when you're building a D1 lineup, isn't it, than a D2? Like let's just be honest. So yeah, excited about that. Road to Glory Limiteds, and then I'm somehow in D1 in Contender. Don't ask me. I never get relegated. I play a team there now and again all the time. Yeah, now and again, and yeah, hopefully something comes of that.
Fun.
223 teams. Well, 3, but this is a complete throwaway with Bursic, obviously. Yeah, like lots of good forward options. Any one of them, like 2 out of the 4 is going to do well. I just don't know which 2 is going to be.
Yeah, surprised you took Lyson, for testing, sorry, over Rodrigo.
I mean, this was my main lineup, but I've got the heebie-jeebies over Yamal. So,
okay.
Yeah, this is my main one. These are all at home, apart from Rodrigo. These are not all at home, like away, home. Vertessen's looking sharp though. Like there's an 80 in his game. Yeah, like he did 75 first game, 17 AA second game. Yeah, something brewing there. Tough game though. They're playing first in the league. Thankfully, this gets promoted thanks to the midweek. So we have got one little D1 to look forward to. Playing Brady for my sins. And then that's me, mate. Yeah, 33 teams apparently. I thought it was 32. Okay.
Graham, the stand-up guy that he is, Harry Boy, has just donated 3 more limiteds to the end of show giveaway. God. Yeah, Graham, absolute hero. Absolute
legend, mate. Absolute legend.
I'll show you what I'm running with, Harry Boy.
Yeah, show me.
As we get 3 minutes to the deadline here. I've got some teams in the specials, which I built last, but they'll be on screen first because we're going top to bottom. And like, I'm not really that excited about any of them, but like, there's actually some really good cards in here. Jonathan Vieira's playing in Thailand or something, but it's like, yeah, it's like he plays in Indonesia and he's playing against a team from Thailand. In the last game, he got like 55 on AA only. So
what?
I just thought, why not? Just put him in a team where limited thing, Angus Gunn and Osaka. Just why not? Go for it. I hope Larson plays. I expect him to play, but I hope he actually does the business. This wee team could be all right for All-Star. Lagerbielke and Savic have been beastly.
Yeah.
Ledesma can do it. We've seen it before. The rest of those teams are just nothings. La Liga, I've got a wee bit of super rare action where I'm quite hopeful. This is the D1 thing could maybe could be to my benefit in La Liga. We'll kind of see how it goes, but it's still quite slim pickings. Like top 10 to get 5th place is just, it feels so steep for so little. You know, like, see the thing they've done in Rare or whatever, Harry, we were talking about it, but it's like they're only giving away tier 1s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that principle would be better in this situation here. Like, I don't want to finish 10th and get a tier 5, like crud.
Yeah, for sure.
It just doesn't really look that appealing. But I've got Girona. Let's see what they do. I've got some bits and pieces. Let's see what they do. Proper RTG, but we've made it to D1 with Captain Rafinha and the budget boys in and behind him. We're looking to climb the mountain and get that 2.5 bags of sand at the top of the league. I'm backing Rafinha for a big one. Gaia and Baranashea away to Osasuna. Could be wee cheeky 60s on AA for them. And then between JJ away to Mallorca and Killison away to Valladolid. Just hopeful they do their bit, carry their weight. Got a classic team that'll be okay as well. I'm not holding my breath on it. I've got a throwaway team to ignore. Bundesliga, I've got my kind of Bayern boys in a play. We've got Leimer, Goretzka, Sané, and I've just put Vasilj and Ta behind them, and Vasilj might get rinsed, so not going to lose any sleep over it. And in season, Harry, they say I didn't make it to D1 in season, sadly, so I'm in D2. We've got the Matt Freeze in season card in now, so I'm going for hot streaks this game week, which is fun. And yeah, my team isn't that exciting. The hot streaks make it maybe a tiny bit more exciting. And if an upset happens or something, then I'm in. Not holding my breath on it. I've also now got a second in-season team that I can play with the extra goalkeeper option, playing the classic freeze. But that's just like the squad players. It's just like, it's Division 3, so maybe it does a tiny bit better on the leaderboard. We throw away training kind of line up there kind of thing. But in classic Harry Boy, I get 2 D1 fast passes, and I've got like one really good team combination style, and then I've got an NYC team which has got Yaman and Abada as wee enhancements onto it. So two shots at D1, and then a wee D3 with legit and such.
I like it.
So fingers are crossed. What does the leaderboard actually look like at the top? Yeah, it's just 2 cards or five top 5 get cards
out of 1,000 people. What is that as a percentage?
It's not 1,000. Oh wow, it is
way over.
Oh no, yeah, that's a couple more because it's supposed to be the top 25%. I did the maths for this on my Road to Glory video, and yeah, I think it was meant to be 1120. There's an extra couple people in there. I wonder why.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway, and then yeah, I've got a limited freeze, so there's a little throwaway team going out there, whatever. And champion, you've seen the super rare quandary I had earlier.
Yeah,
I've got an in-season little budget team, Harry Boy. The Butes was Lassanur, who I won, and I traded them, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
I won Gross, I won Teji, I got Chao Henrique for like 12 quid. I got Asan Diao for like 12 quid before he moved. This is like the budget of budget in-season efforts for me. And it's D2, might not, do amazing, but if I can get somewhere in the money, I'll be buzzing. Good players.
Yeah, it's a decent little team, If Diao can turn up, which he can definitely do.
Yeah. Diao and Chao, top and bottom. There's a wee fun play there, isn't there? My top champ classic team, we've went Guiri and Rulli, top and bottom. I'm taking Openda and Amiri, who are playing each other. Don't really care about that. And Angelino. And then the team behind that is in D2 as well. I'm not really, but Olmo probably doesn't start. Kakari's not got a great game. Cho is probably decent, but not that buzzing about it. And Anthony Lopez is also going to get hammered. So,
you never know after last week with Marseille.
But actually at the deadline, Harry Boy, but this is my top 3 Celtic in seasons. We've got one team that's not Celtic related at all. And then we've got one where James is coming in midfield to kind of bolster the ranks. Classic, I'm 3 D1 now. All these got promoted.
Oh, nice.
These are all D1 as well now. So 6 D1s of death. And it's mainly all Celtic. I've brought in Aranguiz and Shaqiri to kind of just bolster midfield. Quatra comes into one of the spots for double defence with Hatate up front.
Nice.
And then in limited in season, I've got these guys going out. The last team, like Balcom's playing Rangers. Schlupp hasn't scored well so far. Let's just see how it does. And the Mexican guys have got a tough, they've got a good game actually, I think. And then I've got classic limited depth down to here with all these guys, which are kind of okay. Let's see how they do. I'm not holding my breath. And then under 23s, Harry, Tani, Frimmers, Wirtz, Cherky, Luis Enrique back in Russia or playing in Russia. Don't know how well he'll do, so I didn't want to put him in a D1 and get my heart broken, Efra, Lennon Miller pairing up again. Van der Voort team's a throwaway. And that's my 38 lineups. I think there's like 4 of them that have got dead keepers in them at the most.
And 6 are like rares playing down in limited, basically, aren't they? Or a lot of them.
Yeah, I've got tons of that.
But you've won the competition doing that before, haven't you?
Yeah, I did.
So I can't write you off.
It's a collection game at its full max. We're in the deadline, guys. I feel kind of weird that we actually ran over there in a weird way. We still have cards to give away. Good luck to you all. We're all locked and loaded. We're on 174 likes, which for how many people we've had on the show it makes me a tiny wee bit sad. If you've not hit the like button yet, we've got cards to give away. Can we get to 188 likes? Can we do that? And we've got some cards donated by Jerm as well. Shakamov, Gavori, and Florinus, which is lovely. We've got the Brazilian wonder kid, Kake, back in Brazil, in-season card there. Ivan Illich, who's just a pain in the ass. And Baragi, who is kind of halfway okay. So we've got 6 cards to give away, guys. Please Your sound, mate. Not picking McGregor hurt me last week. Don't know what that means, Neil. You're chatting between stuff. Sorry, I thought that was Neil. Was actually Neil's name is his name. So Neil was the good gentleman that sold me the Freezy Boys. So thanks very much. Now, guys, we've got 6 limiteds to give away. Okay, the way I like to do these ones at the end of the show is fastest finger first. Send your club name into the chat now. Harry boy, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. I hope you have got a great weekend. I hope you get 5 podiums in a row, mate.
That'd be fun, and I hope you get 2 in a row. To be honest, because you deserve it. Massive week for both of us and everyone in the chat as well. And hopefully we can get some good results together. And good luck tonight as well, because you got cards. Never mind the cash. So
it's gonna be a big reward night for us all.
Yeah, I'll be on the road, so I'll be little car opening. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching you as I get back home. But yeah, buzzing for you, mate.
Have a good one, buddy, and good luck to everyone this game week. We hope you are 0.01 points behind the pair of us.